I got this line from Greg Plitt, rest in peace to him again, about visual nutrition, and he was saying it in a line, and it stuck out because it's completely true. And I guess what I took from it was more so, how are you really consuming the things you look at every single day, and the people that you're with, and the scenarios that you're in, the visual nutrition, the things that your eyes are taking in, because you've obviously got auditory nutrition, what you're listening to on a daily basis. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it making you into a better person, and so on? You've also got visual nutrition, and I feel like people don't pay this enough attention, mainly because they're not really aware. So the goal of this pretty much episode is to make you sort of think a little bit and question whether or not the things you're surrounding yourself with on a day-to-day basis, are they really entirely good for you? And I'll start off generally with things like shorts and short form content. You get a lot of talented creators on there, don't get me wrong, amazing. But generally, because a lot of it is based on sort of regurgitating trends and contents and certain sounds, you're getting a lot of the sort of same kind of things going on, just repeated. And I don't think this is entirely too great, because number one, it doesn't take much effort, and number two, you're not really using creativity in the ways that could create something of value. But because we respect trends and what other people are liking, that's also what we're gonna sort of like. But that's not really a good thing now, is it? Like, for example, if you're gonna visually look at media constantly, you're probably gonna be quite what's the word I'm looking for? Desensitized to a lot of things like war, crime, and just a whole lot of things that just drive human fear across the world. And it's crazy because we don't really realize, we always tend to call, like, say to ourselves, oh, what's your physical diet like? Are you on a bulk? Are you on a carb? How healthy are you eating? But you don't seem to realize that it applies everywhere into your life, into each, I guess, sense. You know, what you're touching, I guess you could even have nutrition in that side of things, maybe with the ground and things like grounding and whatever that is. Touch even in the sense of like general exercise, that you expose yourself to certain things, the more your body's going to kind of want it, which we'll probably go into another episode on that one, actually, to be honest, because that's a pretty interesting topic that is pretty uncommon. It's also Thing's birthday today, so we're going to give him some... Should we give him a grape? Let's give him a grape. Or bugs. Nah, I think a grape would do well. Actually, just got some clams and some grapes. Let's see what he likes more. So yeah, how are basically each of your senses being stimulated, and how are they essentially taking in stuff? Because the same way we process food by digesting it and it going to the right muscles and other parts of your body, the same way that everything we watch is going to sort of have to go somewhere, and that is your brain. And so, I mean, you've obviously probably heard before mental diet and things like that, and it applies to this too. If we break down mental diet, it's probably going to blend into sight and sound, because that's how you pretty much take in things into your brain most of the time, unless it's your own thoughts, which again could even come from other people's thoughts, because that's just what you've been hearing for the whole of your life. But that's just a bit too philosophical. Damn, I nearly got that word pronounced wrong. Whose birthday is it today? Alex, right? Right over there, okay. But it's crazy because we just never really pay attention. We never really think it has that much of an impact, but it really does. Like, imagine if you watched something for the... Okay, no, imagine this, right? You have a certain routine that you might look at every day, and it's the same thing that happens every day. Maybe the same alarm clock you have every day. You're gonna remember that exact time. This is a terrible example, by the way, but you're gonna look at the same time every single day. So imagine if you apply the same thing to, for example, a quote on your wall. If you have a quote on your wall that says something like, I don't know, I am cool, or something like that, or maybe life is good, and you look at that every single day, you're gonna pretty much remember that. And that's where, like, the same way nutrition goes from your stomach to the rest of your body, the same way messages like that go to your brain, and therefore your entire well-being and your attitude. So stick to things that are basically good for your brain. Alright, We gave him a grape for our birthday, and he's pretty much grateful for that, so we take that. I think because we really need to build a relationship with this old man who's really grumpy on the game, let's give him a clam. Again, terrible gift. It's not good. Maybe the lady will like it. There we go. Nice. Let's give out clams to people. And I think even if we go into the finer details like games and things like that, what are you constantly exposing yourself to and stuff like that? What is the nutrition like of that? I think plays a bit of a role as well. Not a crazy amount though, because it's more of a thing of, you know, you're just chilling in the game, but it's still gonna apply to your subconscious somehow. So chilled out games, you're probably gonna be a more chilled out person. More violent games, you're probably gonna be more susceptible to violent thoughts. More creative games, maybe the same way with that. It just depends really on the specific scenario. I think today's a good day to go fishing over there. I don't even know if you can fish over there. Let's go and find out. Also, don't judge the farm, please. It's horrible, I know. And we can't go anywhere. Nice. I think let's just go ahead and take the long way around, maybe. So now I ask you, is your visual nutrition good? And if not, how can we make it better? What is it in a day-to-day basis that you're looking at and sort of feeding into, or at least letting it feed into you and your brain? What are we exactly doing with that? Are you watching stuff that's, you know, pretty degenerate, if you will, pretty mindless, or are you watching something that's maybe provoking your thoughts? Maybe it's provoking your physical routines, like for example, if you're watching like a bunch of gym content, for example, you're probably going to look at those dudes and be like, you know what, I want to go to the gym. And the same goes for anything you kind of look at. Energy goes where attention flows. It's a pretty famous saying, but it stands by very true. Let's give the old man a grape as well, why not? Nice. And even in the way that you view yourself, I noticed on this channel a lot of people seem to have benefited from. Wait a minute, where are we? Oh, there's a spa in this game. I've never been here before, so. But yeah, a lot of people they seem to potentially struggle with self-esteem and stuff like that, because those kind of videos seem to help out more. So even when it comes to visual nutrition on that side of things, it could be better, or at least good to sort of get a bit of awareness when it comes to what you're looking at. Generally, what kind of self-talk you're getting, where is it even coming from? Is it coming from other people's attitudes of you? Is it coming from maybe you're comparing yourself to today's standards, society standards and things like that, which isn't you, by the way? Or is it something like you're comparing yourself to what you read online, what you see online? Are you watching stuff that's not really empowering? And all of that stuff. Is it making you feel better? Are you actually gaining any value out of it? Or is it going to be like eating processed junk food, but just for your brain through visual content? Ponder over that for a second whilst we continue to explore the spa, because it's a thing where, again, a lot of times content in general and videos in general are that, oh, whoa, get the clothes back on. It's PG out here. Let's get back on the bench. But have a think as to what you need to question in order to find out why you're not feeling your best. And are you really treating your eyes and your brain with respect in regards to what you're sort of feeding it? Feed it better. Show your eyes and show your brain some love. Give it good stuff to sort of look at and to appreciate. You know, there's a lot of beautiful pieces of content out there. There's a lot of beautiful kind of things that will invoke sort of good emotions out of you and good habits. So why not start to kind of listen to that, to meld with that a little bit more? And I notice podcasts of late are absolutely on the rise. Everyone loves to listen to podcasts nowadays. So maybe you could get yourself a good podcast if you don't like to read books or whatever it is that you can immerse yourself into. Because a lot of times as well, when you watch pieces of media and things like that, or just generally visually looking at things, just imagine how nice it feels to watch the stuff that makes you kind of escape. It really takes you in and you're just thinking, wow, that was really, really good. It was a great experience. You could watch stuff like that as well. That's better than probably a lot of the mindless kind of forms of entertainment that we're building up to nowadays. You could do a lot of that stuff. And you could read. What else is good for your eyes and brain to look at? Positive messages. maybe pieces of art that can motivate some of you. Anything that gets the brain going, anything that gets the brain thinking, wow, I feel great. Because there's a lot of different connections to the brain, to the rest of the body and things like that. Again, I'm not a science dude, so no science is backing this up, but let's try and treat all the pathways that go into the brain with respect. And on that note, peace and blessings to you all, and I'll see you guys in the next one.